Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Steelbook Obsessed. My name is Jake, and it is time for New Release Roundup number 37! I can't believe I've done that many either. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. For number 37, I have 40 pieces of physical media. Oh, here is stack number 1. Very, very heavy. Stack number 2 doesn't have as many box sets, but boy howdy, does it have a very big one at the end. Oh, look at that big boss and boss right there. If you like this type of content, to where I talk about new releases and go over what I'm adding to my collection, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the fun stuff. But the first movie that I'm going to talk about today is going to be the one that I most recently just got done watching, and that is The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly People from Arrow Video over on the UK. I picked this up at themovieroom.com. You can use my discount code STEELBOOK10 to save 10% off anything on their website, including The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. I want to say that there are a couple more copies left. Them being a small business, they don't have as many copies as like the Amazons of the world. But it's nice to support small businesses, and I am so happy to have this movie in my collection because I fell in love with the Man with No Name trilogy this year because of Arrow Video. I didn't have any of the Kinos when they initially came out. I didn't think I was a Western guy until this year, and if you would have asked me at the beginning of this year if I was going to like Westerns, I was going to be like, no, I don't. They do the same shtick over and over again. But there's a type of like romanticism to that shtick that I have fallen in love with myself with the Man with No Name trilogy. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly for me is the weakest of the three just because of the Civil War elements that are sprinkled throughout. I feel like it just like puts an entire halt onto what is going on in this movie, but it's still phenomenal. It has the best score out of all three. All three scores are great, but Mr. Morricone goes above and beyond on what he does here, and the movie is great. The transfer is fine. I wanted to like it a little bit more, and I would say this is probably the weakest transfer of the three for me personally, but it's still a great movie, and sometimes transfers don't really matter that much when you're so engrossed in what's happening on screen. Some moments look great. Some moments look like absolute trash. It just depends on what type of elements they have to work with here. And unfortunately, they just kind of rolled with the punches with what they had. But to make up for the subpar transfer, they have 4 discs for you. They have a disc of just the extended edition, a disc of just the theatrical edition. If I can open it, my goodness. There we go. They have an entire bonus disc of special features, which I now have a region-free player, so I will be cracking into. But I didn't go into this because there's an entire 4th disc that I did decide to crack into. Sad Hill, right? Yeah, Sad Hill Unearthed, which is an entirely different feature-length documentary about the recreation of the main shoot, the main sequence from the end at the cemetery. Like that, there's a lot of instances in this movie that really blew my mind with how gorgeous they looked. And the cemetery at the end is probably just the piece de resistance, just because of the structure of it all, of like the hills on one side and just the vast valley in the back. It is insane that this place exists, and this documentary goes into them recreating what the cemetery looked like on the exact same plot. Very entertaining documentary. Like, it's crazy that you get both this amazing movie and this amazing documentary that briefly touches upon the entire trilogy, but mostly just The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. Wholly recommend this release. This is such a jam-packed beast of a release. Very happy to add it to my collection. And the Sad Hill Unearthed, before I forget, it says it's Region B right there on the Blu-ray. Worked fine on my Region A player. I was playing it upstairs. The only region-free player I have is downstairs. Worked just fine in my PS5, baby. It was awesome. And there's a whole bunch of special features talking about the making of the documentary as well. Like, this release is so stuffed and stacked and jam-packed with stuff. If you are a fan of this film at all, I feel like this is the definitive edition for you to have because it's amazing. Double-sided poster, boom, boom. There that is. Love it. One of my favorite pieces of physical media this year. I had both Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More tied on their physical media releases when I was rating my top 25 releases of 2025. this has surpassed both of those just because of how much they went above and beyond on this sucker. And I still haven't even checked out disc 3. I'm just so impressed with what they gave us on both this movie and the documentary that's also included. So highly recommend if you like that release. Next up, let's go over a couple of Kino Lorber 90s comedies that I'm very happy to add to the collection. First up, we have Happy Gilmore on Glorious 4K. I've heard people not talk the best about the Billy Madison release that Kino Lorber put out. Have not watched that one yet. Have not watched this one yet. But I did watch Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix before I rewatched the original. And I've been feeling an inkling to go back and watch this sucker. Very happy that I get to go and actually watch the sucker again. Because I had it on DVD. I didn't feel like popping the DVD in my collection. So now I got to pop the 4K in. Very, very cool world we're living in for sure. But I think the one I'm even more excited to own now is Coneheads. I love Coneheads. I feel like not enough people talk about Coneheads. It's just, I don't know, it touches such a soft spot in my heart. The comedy is great. It had so many people from 90s SNL that I loved. You get supporting roles from David Spade and Chris Farley and Phil Harmon. Phil Harmon as a Conehead, Chris Farley as like the love interest. And this is probably one of my favorite roles Chris Farley ever did, because it didn't play into like the size of the man. It played to the size of the man's heart. And he did not get a lot of roles like that, unfortunately, but Coneheads was great. And one thing that I have to show off is that it does come with alternate artwork. Comes with this little poster, consume mass quantities. The other side is just this. So if I have the slipcover, I am going to rock the alternative artwork because you can't see it through a 4K case. Very happy with this release. This release also has more special. Happy Gilmore barely had any special features. Coneheads has a good chunk. I want to say they're all archival. You probably can't see that. Sorry. They're all archival, but I'm glad that I have those as opposed to not having anything. So Coneheads adding to the collection as well. Very, very cool stuff. Next up, here's another movie that I watched very recently with my kids. Family night, How to Train Your Dragon in Glorious 4K. My family loves the animated trilogy. I was skeptical on this because I'm not a fan of live action remakes, at least when Disney does them. DreamWorks has made one of my favorite live action remakes that is out there. It almost touches upon 4-star territory for me. The only thing that really took me out was when there was like dragon riding, and there were certain instances to where it looked fake, it looked green screeny, and it just took me out of the movie. There's a lot of gorgeous shots in this movie that made it atmospheric, that really sucked you into the land of Berkshire where they were at and filmed, and I thought it was great. I thought the cast of characters was fantastic. I loved Nick Frost. I did not think he was in this movie, or I had no idea he was in this movie until he randomly popped up as I can't remember the guy's name, but the dude with the peg leg and the mustache. No Craig Ferguson anymore. He did not have the build that Nick Frost does. If you're a fan of the animated movie, it's exactly what that movie is. And there's also a great Love and Legacy Making How to Train Your Dragon. A very solid making of doc that goes through a little bit of everything that it took to make this live action remake come to life and made me appreciate this movie a little bit more. So whenever special features can go and do that, it's a pro in my book. Very happy to have this sucker in the collection as well. Let's go over another release that I got from themovieroom.com. I've got a nice stack of stuff that I got from them. Here is a release from Nova Media, a movie that I haven't seen before, that I've wanted to watch for the longest time, and that is The Machinist. This is a release from Nova Media. They make great steelbook releases, premium steelbook releases. I have a one-click that'll show off kind of towards the end because it's at the very bottom of the stack. But they also make full slips as well. I didn't own this movie in the collection, so I felt like I needed to, because I've seen this image so often that I want to just see the movie for myself, see how depressing it is. I'm assuming that's Killer with the hangman and stuff. I really don't know anything about this movie, and that kind of makes me excited to go in blind because, yeah, Christian Bale got a lot. He went from this to Batman Begins, which is absolutely nuts. It also comes with character cards and whatnot. I will not showcase those off, but themovieroom.com does have a lot of these premium full slip editions, if you're not a steelbook fan and still want like a premium quality, you can see on here that there is a nice sheen and shine to the embossing on the letters. And they are also individually numbered as well on the very bottom. I got number 474 out of 700, so they didn't make a lot. But very happy to have this one in the collection. Just another stamp of approval, another premium piece to add. Always looking for that. Let's get into some of these Umbrella Entertainment releases though first. I'm getting more and more excited for the 4K edition of Freaked to come out. I have a special feature on that release, and for my first special feature, I'm honored to have it on Freaked. I've thought about doing either like a live stream or a video just talking about my time making that special feature. If that sounds interesting to you, let me know in the comments, and that might persuade me a little bit more to add it higher in the to make it quicker, I guess, as opposed to sitting on the idea. Just because I don't know if people would be interested in it or not. But a release that I am interested in, because I have not seen this movie, but it's a movie that I've always wanted to see, is this 4K big beefy box set of Daybreakers in 4K. I remember the trailer of the movie when it originally came out. Vampires are ruling the world, and there's only like a slim amount of humans. Humans are being pretty much blood banks for the vampires. And not quite sure what else happens there. In 2019, in 2019, the most precious natural resource is us. I love Umbrella Entertainment releases, especially these collector's editions, just because they pack an absolute punch. Daybreakers, boom, boom, there's the back. It's got a good chunk of special features in here as well. From the director of Predestination and Jigsaw comes Daybreakers. You get a 4K. You get a Blu-ray right there. You also get a double-sided poster, which is just this artwork and the artwork from the box. I won't showcase that off. On the inside here, I guess I should put this back in the slipcover as well. A lot of pieces. It's a big Rubik's Cube of making sure everything fits back together as it should. You get a nice hard-bound book with behind-the-scenes experiences and art. There was a cool, well, it showcases off a lot of different like prosthetics and stuff, but there was way in the back, it showed like some some magazine covers. That's what it was. Here we go. Got some Fangoria and Rue Morgue magazine covers promoting Daybreakers. Very, very cool. That's the type of stuff that I geek out on a lot, is just kind of seeing and showcasing marketing materials from back in the day. And then of course you just get a whole bunch more just behind the scenes rigmarole. You also get a whole bunch of art cards. Willem Dafoe is in this sucker as well. I'll go through these one by one. If you've seen the movie and you liked the movie, even if you didn't like the movie, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I really have not seen the movie, but it's been one of those that's been like, maybe I should. Maybe I should finally go and see Daybreakers. And now I really have no excuse to not see Daybreakers. All of Umbrella's collector's editions are also numbered. This edition I got number 789 out of 1500. And if you go to their website and use my discount code SteelBook15, you save 15% off of your entire order, which if you're getting it shipped from Australia to the States, it takes care of shipping for you, because that is expensive, my friends. So there's just a little bit of savings that I can hopefully toss your way if you're interested in the big beefy box set. TheMovieRoom.com also has just like the slipcover editions as well, but the big beefy boxes are only sold on Umbrella's website. Next up, let's do a steelbook. I don't think I've done a steelbook yet, and that's a dang shame, huh? Here's a movie that I don't think gets enough love, that I'm very happy got a new 10th anniversary steelbook. That is straight out of Compton on glorious 4K. I have not seen this since I added the Blu-ray steelbook to my collection. I love that Blu-ray steelbook as well. This one, it doesn't hit as hard, but I'm excited to see this in all of its 4K glory. One of the best biopics in the past 10 years, I have to say, just because it goes so hard and raw and accurate, and I was entertained throughout. I don't know, I'm just a big fan of this movie. Paul Giamatti was great in it. The whole cast of characters from NWA are very, very solid in this. So if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of hip-hop, highly, highly recommend it. Next up, let's go over, I ordered some stuff from the Severin summer sale, whatever the crap they were calling that. I got... Oh, okay. I got 6 titles. I guess I should showcase off all of them if I'm talking about all of them. I just gotta move stuff from one stack to another. Big beefy set right here, like so. First one, the one that I will watch first as well, is Dario Argento's opera. I'm trying to watch 50 foreign films this year. I'm about halfway. I'm at like 21-ish. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly helped, and that Sad Hill documentary also helped. I have been falling in love with Dario Argento. Him and Lucio Fulci are like my 2 favorite Italian directors right now. And I just want to check out all of their stuff. I guess I don't need to showcase off these because they're not new, but there's a whole bunch of stuff on the inside. I guess if I'm showcasing off this one, I should showcase off all of it. It comes with a book. Just the visuals in this. Dario Argento is great at showing off his visual flair in his filmography, and this one intrigued me a lot, and I'm a big fan of just like music in general. This is a 4-disc set, 5-disc set, my goodness, excuse me. It's got the 4K director's cut and US cut, and then it has a Blu-ray director's cut, US cut, as well as a Blu-ray of just the director's cut. So there's a Blu-ray of the director's cut, US cut, and then is there another director's cut that's non-US? There must be. Additional extras are on its own Blu-ray, and the 5th disc is the motion picture soundtrack on CD. That's becoming to be more and more of a thing, even though I can't remember the last time I popped a CD into a player and actually listened to it. But if you have, that's great. I'm more of a vinyl guy or just a Spotify guy. CDs, I feel like are, I don't know, maybe they are having a comeback. I'm never going to crap on physical media because I totally understand why you would want it. Next up, we have Skinned Deep. I don't know anything about this movie, but I watched the trailer and it looked absolutely batshit crazy in like the best way. So I'm hoping to have a fun time with that. Warwick Davis is in this movie as well. Hoping for good things. Speaking of Lucio Fulci, we got Demonia. Don't know anything about it, but I like Lucio Fulci, so I'll give this one a shot. I'm a big fan of documentaries. Here is one. Do I have to cover up anything? I don't think I do. That's Exploitation. I like documentaries, just that deep dive into a genre of film. This one's directed by Frank Henenlotter, who did Frankenhooker and a lot of other movies. Jesus, Jacob. I don't know why I am brain damage. I'll stop there. The basket case. Not basket case. Basket case 2 and 3. No, I'm gonna stop because I'm making a fool out of myself. But I do like the director's filmography and him directing a documentary on this very, very obscure and taboo subgenre sounded right up my alley as well. I also love slashers and I also love wrestling. Mix the two and I have to check it out. It's The Masked Mutilator. Oh yeah, brother. This is very DIY, very shot not on video, not SOV, but doesn't look that high quality either. A passion project of an ex-wrestler, so I'll check it out, but it's at the bottom of my stack. And speaking again of Lucio Fulci, I also got a box set of The Psychic. Again, don't know too much about this release as well, but I do like me buying some blind buys, especially when it comes to Severin. I feel like they are more hits than misses for me. I have had more hits on Severin blind buys than I have on Vinegar Syndrome blind buys. I will say that. So I'm hoping that I like this one. I've heard very mixed things about The Psychic, but you know what? I gotta check it out for myself. Dang it. Next up, let's go over a movie that I got from Warner Archives. I actually got this. I'll show off both these. I got both of these for my birthday. My birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and my mom picked a couple things off my Amazon wish list, which was very, very nice of her. First up, she knows I love animation. Tex Avery Screwball animation. Screwball Classics Volume 2. Cannot wait to watch this with the girls. We watched some Looney Tunes a couple of days ago. We like to watch those shorts. Fun fact about Letterboxd, I like to review a whole bunch of stuff. They also have animated shorts on there as well. I get a blast out of watching them and then talking about what I think about them. And I'm adding another addition to my Paramount Presents titles and collection with Election, a movie that I haven't seen in a hot second, but I do remember absolutely loving. cannot wait to check out the 4K transfer on this. Hoping for good things. Hoping to fall in love with it once again like I used to back, God, 10, 15 years ago. Let's go over another Kino Lorber, huh? Jack Lemmon, Save the Tiger. Don't know too much about this movie, so I'm going to read the back of it. He believed there is nothing significant in his life except survival, and that instinct pushed him beyond moral conduct. He'll juggle the books, supply women for clients, and even set fires to his own dress manufacturing company. Okay. Don't know too much about Save the Tiger. This is very on the back burner of my Kino Lorber list. Actually, before I go watch Save the Tiger, I'm going to watch Gung Ho. This is a Ron Howard, Michael Keaton joint. Both of them joining forces sounds like a movie right up my alley. I'm assuming it's a comedy of some sort. Never heard of this movie, but that dynamic duo really caught my interest. Got George Wendt right there as well. Hopefully some good things arise with Gung Ho. I'm also hoping that good things arise from this movie right here. Bring Her Back, A24's latest physical media release. A24 has put out a lot of movies in 2025. This is from the director of Talk to Me. I don't know. I really like Talk to Me. I've heard so many mixed things about this movie that I didn't go out and see it in theaters. I thought, okay, I can wait until this one hits 4K. This is the Blu-ray version, so I'm hoping to get the 4K. I still might. I got this copy for review, but I want to make sure that I'm reviewing it in like the best, highest quality possible. So I don't know if I'm going to open this. I don't know if I'm going to give away this. I don't know if I'm going to try to get the 4K or just be okay with the Blu-ray. We shall see. The world is definitely my oyster, but I'm going to keep this sealed just in case. But I am interested in checking this out nonetheless. Speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, I showed off the slipcover version. I was also gracious enough to be sent the Steelbook version. There should be a magnet right here. That magnet is now on our fridge because my girls like How to Train Your Dragon so much. But it is cool. The return of the magnets need to be a thing. Last year we got some with Major League. This year we got one with How to Train Your Dragon. I don't think I need this beefy box though. If I don't have the magnet on there, I can just kind of keep this out and not take up as much space because space is limited. Let me tell you what. Here it comes with a 4K, a Blu-ray. Again, I already talked about the movie a little bit, but I do think I am going to not keep this and just add this to the stack. Space, people. I don't know. I even though I don't need this, I feel like I can't throw it away. That's just how my brain works. Maybe I'll need it at some point. You never know. And if I don't have it, I'll never be able to reuse it. So, my brain's crazy. We haven't talked about Lionsgate yet. There are a couple of Lionsgate limited steelbooks that are coming out this month as well, including High Tension on Glorious 4K. I'm hoping that this... I can see a lot of like light glare, but I'm hoping that the lenticular aesthetic is still kind of showcasing off. Kind of cool. But what I think is a little bit better is the actual artwork on the steelbook itself. Artwork done by friend of the channel, Mexi Funk. I love how hard-hitting that goes. Very reminiscent to like his Day of the Dead line, just how grandiose and gross it is. Like I love this artwork so much. It's very, very good. We got a 4K, we got a Blu-ray, we got a whole bunch of blood squirts. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. I thought I had, but after rechecking out the trailer, it did not ring a bell to me at all. So very, very interested to watch this sooner rather than later. My wife and I we like to watch like the kind of messed up movies while we're trying to fall asleep. Like we have a TV in our bedroom, we'll crank it on there, and yeah, High Tension will be added to that list. We just watched Anatomy of Man, Anatomy of something. It was in that New Extremities box that Umbrella put out. That movie was a bore chore fest, let me tell you. It was just a whole bunch of naked people doing gross shit. That is not my type of thing at all. I'm really hoping High Tension is a little bit more up my speed. Something that is up my speed is Season 4 of The Boys on Blu-ray. Season 5 is about to begin as I'm recording this. Love that show. Stinks that it's coming to an end. Very happy to own TV shows, especially stuff that's exclusively on streaming sites, physically in the collection. This comes with 14 deleted scenes and 4 gag reels. Yes, one of my favorite special features are gag reels, just because more often than not, they do make me chuckle, just like with the rest of them. Very pumped. Very pumped to have this. Very pumped for season 5. I like Gen V as well. Love me the boys. That whole universe that they crafted for themselves. I'm a fan. Another release that I did check out recently is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Again, this is a movie that I thought I had seen, but I think I've just seen clips and like the greatest hits, because this movie is just a pile of skits, all kind of strung and drug along into one motion picture. But I think this movie does it a lot better than most, just because the story does make sense, but it does go from skit to skit, but you're never bored with this movie. And that's what I appreciated from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I love how there's subtle gloss pops on this matte finish release steelbook. Very, very good. I didn't watch the archival special features. I just watched what was on the 4K. And what was on the 4K was very odd. It was a whole bunch of Skype interviews with random C-list celebrities talking about how much they love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. When like the key person that you're interviewing is David Cross. I mean, I love the comedy scene and all of that stuff, but for the 50th anniversary, it's weird that that's the route you decided to go, just to get a whole bunch. It reminded me of like Best Week Ever, or I Love the 90s, I Love the 80s, like that type of stuff, just them gushing for 15 minutes over Monty Python. Like, it was entertaining, but just odd for a special feature. There's a whole bunch of archival stuff in here as well that I should probably check out. The movie, I thought, was very, very good. A classic for a reason. The 50th anniversary. Glad to have the movie in the collection finally, because I didn't own that movie at all in the collection. Not DVD, not nothing. Okay, not nothing. Let's go over another movie that I got over at themovieroom.com. And this one is from Vinegar Syndrome. This is William Friedkin's Jade in glorious 4K. William Friedkin is also a director that I've liked for a very long time, and this has been a blind spot for me for a very long time. I feel like erotic thrillers are very taboo as of late. They are not being made like whatsoever. I kind of miss the glory days of erotic thrillers, and I'm hoping that this one is a good one. This box set I love. This is my favorite type of Vinegar Syndrome box set, the ones with like the opening on the middle here, just so you can grab the movie out very easily. Also comes with the book. There's that. Just in case you didn't know that movieroom.com had Vinegar Syndrome stuff that you can save 10% on if you use my code SteelBook10. You can, right here. I also got another Vinegar Syndrome one. Again, Dario Argento, folks. This is the card player. I watched the trailer on this. Looked very CSI-ish. Looked very non-Dario Argento. I know this is like one of his later movies before he passed. This artwork is not what comes to mind when I watch the trailer. It's more of this type of stuff, like grimy, and they play poker online, I think, and you have to like beat a guy like a serial killer. I don't know. The trailer looked a little bit out there. The acting didn't look the greatest, but I am a director completionist. I do like to check out the entire director's filmography, so I know I'm going to watch this movie at some point. Better add it to the collection so I can absolutely do so. Same with Friedkin. You know, there's something to me that I just love doing that. I love seeing the evolution of a director and how they go from one film to the next. But let's go to another box set from Umbrella this time around. This one I have checked out already as well. You Should Have Been Here Yesterday. This is a documentary produced by Umbrella, which is very cool. And a documentary getting this big beefy box set you don't see too often. This is about the surfing scene in like the 60s and 70s of Australia, which makes sense why they would produce this release. Very much just a mood flick. Like, this is one to where you don't need to be paying that much attention to it. You can throw it on in the background, do other things, look up and be like, wow, that's really cool looking footage. Like, this is a great screensaver movie. If you do pay attention to it, there are some things to be had, but you're more just looking at the evolution of a group vaguely. Like, it really focuses on the 60s and 70s, but then also expands on top of that. The button at the end is very, very nice, but for the most part, if you're just in for the vibes, bruh, this is good. This does the trick. I want to say I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 when I reviewed it. Just nice, mellow tones. Sometimes, like, they talk about the drug scene in the 60s and 70s as well, and how that kind of hurt the not the sport, just the art of surfing. They talked about how competitive surfing kind of hurt, just like that original vibe that the movie had and whatnot. I have all the cards still in here. I'm going to keep those closed. I'll showcase off the O card right here. Again, also numbered. I got number 80. 80 out of only 500. Only 500. They did not make a lot, but if I got before 100, I'm assuming they're not selling the best either. Kind of makes sense for a documentary, but I'm such a doc head that I'm glad that I have this in the collection, and I will pop it in again just to kind of be in chill, mellow mode. I liked it. Next up, let's go over what should I do? Let's do this one, huh? This is on the stack. The 40-year-old virgin 4K Steelbook. I was very excited. I have not checked this release out yet, but I love this movie. I love this artwork. A 4K Steelbook of a comedy. This is the year of comedies hitting 4K, and I could not get enough of it. I've heard very terrible things about the 4K transfer, both from Last Movie Standing and AVA Pop Culture, which makes me sad and makes me not want to pop this sucker in as quickly as initially anticipated, I guess. There's a new 20th anniversary discussion with a whole bunch of cast and characters. I will watch that when I do pop this sucker in. But this is another, like, Films at Home and Glorious Bastards situation, to where, like, you're excited about the release and then you hear some reviews and you're like, like, okay, my excitement level is down quite a few pegs. But yeah, 40-year-old virgin is very, very good, and I will watch it. Just might be later than anticipated initially. Let's go over another big beefy box set that I was able to get over at themovieroom.com. What is this? The 80th anniversary edition? 85th anniversary edition of The Wizard of Oz. A big beefy box set from the UK. When I got this shipped to me, it came in one of those gorgeous, glorious Warner Brother box set, like boxes, like the white boxes that you open up. They're the best, just to make it extra super protected. Movieroom.com always does a very good job at protecting your releases, but when you get like a box inside of another box, heck yes. There is a nice shot of the debossing that is in the font of The Wizard of Oz. Very cool. The yellow brick road also glows and glistens, which is also a very nice touch. You get a 4K, you get a Blu-ray, there's the inside. Fun fact about UK Warner Brother releases on Blu-ray, they are region free. Just thought I would throw it out there, let it be known to the world. But you also get this big chunk of goodies. I'm a big fan of getting physical goodies in with my physical media, and this box set had a whole bunch of unique ones. First up, you get a replica ticket stub from The Wizard of Oz, back when it originally came out. Very cool stuff. You also get a like a program of The Wizard of Oz as well. Also super de-duper neat. Another replica edition. Like that type of stuff. You also get like a program bill when you were watching it in theaters for the first time. They would hand that out. Cool stuff. You get a whole bunch of like little posters, which are cute as a button. Really like those. And then you get a whole bunch of replica lobby cards, which I'm also a big fan of. I just love The Wizard of Oz, and I didn't own this movie on 4K at all in my collection. So when I saw this box set hit on themovieroom.com, I knew I needed to add it. So very happy that I did. This box set is great. I'm trying to grow my premium Steelbook releases, my collection that I have a whole section of in my collection. So yeah, I saw this and I thought it was an absolute no-brainer to add. Again, Steelbook 10 to save 10% over at themovieroom.com. This one does apply. This next one that I will showcase off and barely showcase off will not apply because while this is not technically a premium Steelbook, for some reason, not quite sure. I think it's just because it's put out by Warner Brothers. They did not categorize this as a premium Steelbook. This release is very, very mucho gusto premium. This is the one-click edition from Nova Media of Kong Skull Island on glorious 4K. I've been getting into one-clicks recently, and that is a very slippery slope, dangerous road to go down, folks. Don't know how much deep I want to get, but my biggest hurdle on not collecting these in the past was because they were so difficult to get. Because you had to worry about importing, you had to worry about pre-ordering them before they sell out, which they always sell out in minutes. When the movie room gets them, I click that button and be like, yep, I will buy that. I need this in my collection. I do like Kong Skull Island. Out of all of the new Godzillas and Kongs, this is by far my favorite out of all of the new US ones, I guess I should say. This one is also numbered. I got number 483 out of only 600. I have not opened this yet. Don't know if I'm going to open it yet. If you want a overview of what's inside this to make a long form video, let me know in the comments. That might be just what I need to actually pull the trigger and start unloading that sucker and showcasing off everything that that release has to offer. But I'm kind of flying through this new release roundup. I'm proud of myself. We only got like 12-ish titles left, somewhere around there. Let's waste no more time and do a UK 4K from Arrow Video, from themovieroom.com, excuse me. This is Enemy Territory. I want to say this is 4K, is it not? Maybe it's not. Is it just Blu-ray? It is just Blu-ray, excuse me. But again, I do have my region-free player, so I will be able to play this. I haven't even opened this yet, so I don't have my slicer. I don't want to rip any slip covers, so I'm not going to open this up right away. But I want to say this is an Empire Pictures film from the late 80s, early 90s area. Down on his luck, insurance salesman Barry finds himself trapped in an apartment building on the wrong side of town with a street gang called the Vampires out for his blood. With the help of a telephone repairman, Ray Parker Jr., yes, let's go, a disabled Vietnam vet, and the granddaughter of his client, Stacy Dash, really? Barry must fight for his life to make it all the way down from the top floor in the hopes of getting out alive. Very, very cool. Okay, yeah. Very interested to... Tony Todd's in this, too. A very early movie for him. Yeah. This is striking a lot of boxes. Enemy Territory. Can't wait to watch that sucker. Let's go over another Umbrella Entertainment release. And this one has amazing looking artwork. This is for a movie called Black Death, y'all. Look at that mask. It looks very, very cool. I think this box looks okay, but it's what the slipcover artwork looks like. That's like, oh, dang. Oh, dang. Look at that. Very, very just metal. Very hard rockin' visuals with this release. Here we go. Stars Sean Bean, stars Eddie Redmayne, directed by Christopher Smith, who also directed Triangle and the UK version of Creep. A brilliant, no-holds-barred, darkly gothic thriller, a stylish exercise in splatter horror. Like, the first half of this movie seems just like a medieval movie, and then a whole bunch of, like, really cool, brutal, gruesome kills start to occur. Very, very cool. I'm going to take out the poster because I want to say there's differentiating artwork on this poster that absolutely kicks ass. Yeah. More of the great artwork that was kind of on the slip, that same art style, I guess. Even though this is a different art style than this art style. This, I don't know. This is like stuff that should be on the side of a van. You know, like this stuff looks cool as heck. I don't know. I like that art style quite a bit. And it makes me want to watch the movie that is for dang sure. Medieval times really isn't my bag. I don't really crave to watch movies from this time period. But if you are throwing in some horror slasher elements to that genre, I will be more inclined to watch. There are a whole bunch of art cards there. There is a... Get in there. There is a book right here. Again, more cool artwork. Look at that stuff. That looks very Black Sabbath-esque. I don't know. There is that. Boom, 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 boom. Whole bunch of words and stuff. Not my type of book. But here is the O card on the back right here. And this release is numbered... I got number 315 out of 1,000 on this sucker. Yeah. Really intrigued, Black Death. Normally, I did not think I was going to be, but after looking at your innards makes me very, very excited to see what you have up your sleeve, Black Death. Here's also a movie that I have not seen before that I've heard very, very good things about. 20th Century Studios put out a 4K steelbook for Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. Love me a good steelbook. This artwork looks pretty good. I like the glossiness on it. The gold pops a little bit on that blue background as well. Comes with the 4K, comes with the Blu-ray. Got Russell Crowe fighting around the world. I don't know if you've seen South Park. It's always a fun one. Not a lot of bonus features to be had on this release, but I know that the 4K is put on a 100 gigabyte disc on here. We'll check it out at some point, but high seas, medieval times, not my go-to genres of choice. I'll just throw it out there right now. We have a few more Kino Lorber releases to talk over, so we'll do those very quickly. First off, Inglorious 4K, we have Xanadu. I've only heard terrible things about Xanadu. Am I crazy? Kind of like the Geely of its day. I'm trying to think of another one with Barbra Streisand. There are movies that like kind of have huge budgets and absolutely tank. I could have swore this is one of those as well. Olivia Newton-John, Gene Kelly. It's a musical. I don't know. Intrigued, I guess, to say the least, but I don't know if I'm interested in it. What I am interested in, 2009 documentary about it as well. That's going to make me a little bit more intrigued to watch it. Just in case I do like the movie, I'll have more stuff to sink my teeth into afterwards as well. We have a new box set release in the film noir, The Dark Side of Cinema. This time we have number 26 with The Great Gatsby, Smooth as Silk, and Dr. Broadway. There are so many of these, and I want to say a couple weeks ago that they had a individual release of this Great Gatsby with the slipcover. So interesting to see it in this set as well. I have so many of these film noir sets. I've cracked open a couple of them. They're always fun, even though I have no idea and I've never heard of the majority of movies that are in this set. If you like film noir, you're probably going to have like a little comfort blanket wrapped around you while you watch those. And last but not least, we have the latest addition into the Kino cult line with The Vengeance of Dr. Mabuse. I'm a sucker for Kino cult. Eureka came out with a box set of Dr. Mabuse, I want to say, and there were 9 movies in that, 7 or 9 movies. I can't remember if The Vengeance of Dr. Mabuse was in that set or not. I gotta double check that because that's gonna bug me now, not knowing if they are or aren't in there. Here's a movie that I watched a ton as a kid. I cannot wait to watch this with my kids, and that is Casper on 4K. Love it. I love it. I love this movie. Such a soft spot for me. Big crush on Rosina Ricci as a kid. I'm sure many of you had crushes on Devon Sawa as a kid as well. Actual human Casper in this movie. I don't know. I do want to watch it, and like the song, the soundtrack, the main theme of Casper, I hum to myself every so often. Bill Pullman is great in this movie as well. I love this movie. This is comfort food for me. I feel like this is timeless, and that just might be my 90s me kicking in, but I feel like it does not showcase off how 90s it is like a lot of movies from that era do. I feel like you could pop that in and it could still kind of play for present day. That could be crazy. That could be nostalgia goggles on, but I need to rewatch it and see if I'm talking out of my butt right now or not, I guess. Here is a TV show. We got 1923 season 2 on Blu-ray from Paramount. Have not seen 1923 season 1, but I still have 1923 season 1 on Blu-ray, so now I'll have season 2 of 1923 on Blu-ray. I love me some Helen Mirren. I love how she's looking like a boss on this release. Harrison Ford, of course. He's been doing a lot of TV as of late with this and Shrinking. I don't know. He finally is just like, yeah, let's do this. I've seen Shrinking. I have not seen this. Shrinking is great. Love that show. Hopefully he's just as good in 1923. Speaking of Westerns, we have another release from Umbrella, non-slipcover. This is the only release that this movie's going to get. The Thicket, starring Juliette Lewis and Peter Dinklage. Very dynamic duo. I watched the trailer for this one. Looks very, very interesting. Looks very Hateful Eight-esque. Juliette Lewis has a very deep voice. The rapport that they have off one another is very, very entertaining for me. I don't know. The Thicket, again, I'm getting into Westerns. This is a Western, newer Western. This is only made last year. So very interested to check out The Thicket. But here is a movie that actually I'll save that one till last. I'll do another Juliette Lewis joint. Again, I got this one over at themovieroom.com. We have Natural Born Killers on glorious 4K. One fun thing about buying things from themovieroom.com, they come packaged in these plastic protectors, which is awesome. I do talk with Michael and Deborah, the only two employees at themovieroom.com, and just kind of talk about ideas with like what collectors are kind of looking for when they buy things online. They randomly package stuff like this and said, do you think buyers will like that? I'm like, yeah. I think collectors really enjoy, especially when it comes to steel books, having a slipcover that goes over the steel book just to give it extra protection. Like, why the heck not? They package stuff very, very nicely to where it's not going to come to you damaged, but it's nice to know that I also get a slipcover to make sure it doesn't get damaged while it's in my collection. Because steelbooks scratch up like crazy. This one is all white. It could be very easy to get scratched. So I'm very happy to own the 4K of Natural Born Killers in the collection, because it's one of those movies to where it sticks with you, I guess. After you watch it, you won't want to watch it for like 5 years. There's just something about this movie that it just kind of gross and unsettling. But it's been a minute since I've seen this movie, so I am back ready to get back in the saddle of that sickness. The whole Rodney Dangerfield part. Oh my God. Ugh, so gross, so gross. Second to last movie that we'll talk about today is the last box set that I have from Umbrella Entertainment, and that is Control. This is a Blu-ray release. This is a documentary, or not documentary, a biopic about the band Joy Division, like the very startings of the band Joy Division. And I've never heard of this movie before I watched the trailer. I like to watch trailers on all these movies that I get just so I can be a little bit more informative to it. It's all black and white, shot in black and white. Normally not my first choice, but I gotta say, this seems like a very coming of age movie, which is a genre that is at like the top of my list on ones that I absolutely love to dig and sink my teeth into and find hidden little gems in the rough. Here's a fun little poster right here. Boom, boom. I could do a little bit of flippies all day. Very, very nice to have some differentiating poster styles in this release as well. I don't really know a lot of Joy Division songs either, so I feel like this is just going to be a very fun, interesting time. This could be very, very fake. It gave me Sing Streety vibes, which, yeah, I'm always in for when it comes to that band on there. Got some Lou Reed on the back. I'm a big fan of Lou Reed, so that's good. The whole Velvet Underground of everything. There's the book, all black and white, and here is the O card right here. This, I got number 341 out of only 1,000. So getting close to selling out at like that halfway point. Again, have not seen Control, have not heard of Control. If you like Control, let me know in the comments. But one movie that I do like, and one that I wanted to end on, is another Lionsgate limited release. And we have It Follows on glorious 4K right here. I already had the second sight release, which I am 98% certain that Lionsgate Limited is using the same 4K transfer, which is great because their 4K transfer is phenomenal. If you don't like to get things overseas and you live in the States and you want to get something from the States, this is a great looking steelbook. I love this. Turns into this. Another like vertical to horizontal change. Absolutely great. On the inside, you just get a 4K, which is a little stinky. Stinks that there's no Blu-ray in there. I'll remove the disc just to show you a tad bit of the gruesomeness, but that's it. That's all you get. You just get 2 seconds of the gruesome. Don't want anything to get flagged or whatnot. This release has some Lionsgate limited extras that are on here as well. I have not checked to see if these are the same extras that are on the Lionsgate limited. Again, I have not had time to check this release out. You can see on the slipcover that there are some very vague hand shadow elements that go over this that just make the hands kind of pop a tad bit more when I push this down. Boom. I don't know. It's the little touches. It's the little things in life, people, that I think go a long way with releases like this. But there are all 40 new physical media releases that I've added to my collection just in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Whoever says physical media is dead is lying to your face, because they are coming out, boom, 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 a mile a minute, from around the world. So if you got all the way this far, I appreciate it very, very much. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. I put out a video like this at least 2 times a week, 2 times a month, every 6-ish weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, let's say, 2 to 4 weeks. I'm losing my brain at the very end. You got some fun brain dribble here. I should just end it, right? Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm gonna stop babbling, and I'll see ya. Look, it's Marty. Hey, it's Marty. What you doing, Marty? You's a good boys. You's a good boys.